Well, it's the Daphne time of year. They're actually gone over, so it's about right. It's about right. Snowdrops are also over. They were late, as are some of the daffodils. Those daffodils back there, they're native daffodils. That's why they're here. I can't remember the Latin name, but they're not really relevant to this video at all, apart from the fact that this video is going to be a bit random, because I've got bits of footage, little things that don't really fit into a video, or that I haven't filmed while I've been out doing a longer shoot. Now here's a holly on the right, rose on the left, quite prickly. So I just wanted to take you around here. I just wanted to show you something. It was 0 degrees when I got here, and it took me an hour to get any feeling in my hands. They start to tingle. That's the sign they're about to get warm. But what I wanted to show you was, there's my coffee. No, what I wanted to show you was this. Look at that. Beautiful patterning. It's called spalting. This is some ash from an ash tree, or a few ash trees we've had to cut down. There you look, you can see the black lines. Beautiful when it's worked, because you don't just get black, there are other colours that can appear. For example, I've worked wood that has purple, red, white and black. Makes beautiful patterns when you turn it, or make it into chair legs, or bowls, implements, beautiful stuff. Sadly, what causes that is that is the no man's land between the bacteria fighting to kill the tree. Or at least that's how I understand it. Seeing as this is random, I may look different in every shot, but I got here this morning and I saw a massive bird take off over the end wall there. It was a heron, and I even had... No, I hadn't brought my camera. Once again, it's like they know. They know. They've got it in for me. Not often it's misty here, so continuing the theme of random, some colours in the gloom, and we are by a beautiful smell. Now, I've just disturbed all the rooks. There'll be a full video on them because they've only moved in, what, a year ago. And you can see their nests up there, but yeah, as soon as I appeared they went off squawking away. I'm heading to the top wood, so who knows, there may be more of that on here. Take a look at the mad thorns on this. They glow red in the summer. And there's the native daffodils through there. Can you hear the buzzard? Pew, pew, pew. Sounds a bit like that. Now look at this. We're going to go off into the gloom. You can't even see the gate. as you can see and hear. This is spring, and this is something I wanted to show you because this will demonstrate just how long it takes. Now, yesterday I was up over there and I thought, I can smell someone's bathroom waste. I could smell scented, you know, like shower gel or something. And I looked and I saw this. Now, I can't get near enough to show you just how pink it is. Pale pink. I'll try and zoom in. That's about as close as I can get. I haven't even got a pole that can get me up there near enough. That's how high it is. Now, this tree was actually bought from a nursery. It is a magnolia. I can't remember which sort. I have a list. I didn't. Well, I wasn't expecting to be doing this. But as you can see, it's very pink. Now, for the people who own the land, this is their greatest achievement. Now, when they bought it, they were told it would take 30 years for there to be flowers. 30. Right? That's how long you'd have to wait. And that's why, if you're planting trees and you want to see them, it's worth spending the extra money to buy some bigger ones. And then be very careful in the planting and looking after them. But this is now flowering after 20 years. 66% faster than others of its type. But you can see here that the pink. Underneath the rookery is our 30-year peak of bluebells. This wood's about 30 years old, and this display this year, 2024, is the best we've ever had. Goes right through, right to the back. Look at that. And if you bear in mind that this field, this place, this wood that's a wood now, was an arable field for many years. Now it may not seem like a lot, but this is a huge success. Peak years. Look at that. That's a lovely view, isn't it? Let's see if I can get a nice... I'm afraid the sun's exactly behind me. I don't know, can I move and get it in there? Just, but I don't know if that's focused. It's so hard to tell. The other thing that it's only about 5 degrees here now, and my nose is dripping, but you didn't want to hear that, did you? The noise is from the chicken factory. And here we have also Herb Paris in the foreground there, but we'll go beyond that to get those at the back there. Now, because this is a field, or was a field, what we've tried to do is plant, well, it's an arboretum rather than a wood, but it does have native trees in here. But the ground we've tried to make as near to ancient wood as we can. So we've even got, for the first year, and it's probably over now, but for the first year ever, there was an anemone in here. Yeah, I can see the leaves. I don't know, I can point them out. Oh, hang on. Ow! I have a stick, maybe? No. No, I can't point them out. But there's just one. Because that's the theory. We just make the ground as near as we can, because you can't replicate ancient wood. That's what I keep saying. Once it's gone, it's gone. It'll take thousands of years to replicate it. But also, what we have this year is possibly our best display ever of cowslips. And the reason that it is the case is because they've made it all the way to the far end where the wall is. Apologies for the noise, but if I wait till there's no noise, there might be no sun. But look, from this angle, look how yellow it is. And what we'll do is I'll zoom into the far end as near as I can, you know, as much as I dare. Normally it's just bird noise here. And once again, this was just a 3-acre arable field. And if you're wondering what the pheasants are doing in there, they're not eating the cowslips, they're digging up the moss. I thought they were eating all the cowslips, so I went over to shoo them off and have a look. And they went, no, it was like it when we got here. Another beautiful sight is when this happens. I'm not quite sure. I think it's a grey poplar, but we'll call it a white poplar because of this at the moment, until I can get a positive ID. But look at that. The white, the green, the orangey red, the limey, the yellowy green to the left of it, the different spots of colours in there. Now, it's quite a tall tree. It's actually growing in the spring. But when it comes out like this, it just looks like it's a painting. And certainly with the trees next to it. That's quite a nice natural palette. Well, they only get admired during the autumn, so let's look at them now. They're innocuous, aren't they? You wouldn't notice them. That one's virtually hidden in that green, surrounded by pink and yellow. Although on this side, that's quite obvious. There's a Daphne spurge. Is it a Daphne spurge? I think that's a native Daphne. Right, excuse my sniffing. I've just had a burst of sneezing. You will have seen these plants before. Sad news. Looks like that's dying. We've already lost one. Oh well. Transient. Really. Oh, they've been a joy every winter. Well, anyway, well, as you can see, it's raining. Beautiful machine. It's an old water container, it's not a machine. But yeah, like I said, excuse me if I just start sniffing and sneezing. I've just had a massive burst of sneezing caused by hay fever. Well, it's not, because I don't call it hay fever. Let's take you through here, look at that. I know you'll have been here before, but I wouldn't have thought you'd have been here in the rain. Just wanted to take you up and visit this rose. Now, because it's an arboretum and not a wood, we have specimen plants in here. There's magnolia there. There's another rose behind there that's going to come out at some point. I can see the buds. This one, can't remember what it's called, but it's got a brother or sister there next to it. And look down the box walk, and then we have a floor of daisies. Well, they aren't out yet, it's a bit too early for them. Yeah, well, I'm just it's not hay fever, is it? Because hay is when they cut the hay, although that has been done. I mean, it can be pollen fever, sometimes caused by hay, sometimes caused by pollen. I'm not a fan of misnaming things. Anyway, here's something that someone's pointed out to me, because I call this plant, and let's get there, I call this plant red campion. But it's been pointed out to me by a good plants woman friend but this is not red campion. Sorry, what am I doing? Case in point. God, this is awful. Well, I call this pink campion, but it's been pointed out to me that its official name is red campion, and it's the same as red clover, which we're going to see in a minute. Look at this. Now, it's not going to be hard to find some red clover in here. In fact, I can see some right now. In fact, thought I could see orchid, but it is red clover. See that pink there? That's red clover. They don't have a red clover, they have a crimson clover, so why they can't call that red clover, I do not know. But yes, there is an orchid in here. I can see it. I'm going to tiptoe through, and there it is. Excellent. Well, I've also found another flower in here that took me a while to identify. Now, I do talk about these in another video, but oxeye daisies, they are fantastic. Plant them in your garden if somewhere near where you sit, or have to walk through to where you sit in the evening, because come dusk they will look like little spaceships floating in the air, just hovering above the ground. Little flowers hovering. Now you can see we've got yellow rattle in here. There's the yellow rattle, buttercups, remains of you know, cowslips or rooster pants if you're from Latvia. And the tall grass is ribbed plantain, isn't it? Which I have just learnt. For some reason I knew it was a plantain, but I never usually see it so much with oh, that's interesting. What's this? A willow herb? Don't really want that in there. Yes, the one great leveller is the drippy nose syndrome. Doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are, if you work outside or you're outside a lot, your nose will drip throughout the winter and during the summer. Now I'm going to try and see if I can find this plant. I'm going to follow these because I think that's going to lead me to it. Yes, I knew it would. Okay, well, I'm just going to bend you. Okay, well, here you go. I'm going to try and get to you as soon as I extract the pole from there. Now, you should be getting a good view of that. It's about 1 metre away from me now. That's broom rape. Which is a parasitic plant. See if that's any better. For it has no chlorophyll. Now, crimson clover is most definitely red, without a doubt. Now you see there's pink in here. Let's see if I can get close to it. This is sainfoin, or how I like to say it, sainfoin. Well, it's looks a bit French-like. There may be some nearer the path, but this is the earliest stuff out. That's how to hop like a grasshopper. Now, there was a year where somewhere in this bit we had 4 plants of eyebright, but they only ever have appeared once and have never been back since. So this is pre-orchid time, just a lull as they're coming up. So we're at the end of May, but every year is different. You see the leaves in there, the delicate sainfoin leaves, sainfoin. I really don't know how to say it. You know, when you see stuff written down, like epitome or Penelope, they can be said wrong, can't they? Well, it's June 2024, and I've just been informed that we have 2 champion trees in this arboretum. Now, I'm of the understanding that champion trees means best in the country, and it's behind you. But this tree here, this holly, is a foot taller than its nearest competitor, being the one they have in Westernburt Arboretum. And I said, it's always good to beat Westernburt, isn't it? But it does have some interesting berries. They grow different to other hollies. I'm not quite sure how tall it is. But there is also, that's a small leaf lime, by the way, Tilia, oh, I always forget. But we'll go and see if we can find the other tree, which is somewhere behind here. Well, it's going to take a little bit of finding, maybe. And maybe I won't find it. Yes, I think I know which one it is. Or maybe I don't. I think it's this one. Actually, this one. I know it's not very big. But these are specimen trees in an arboretum, as I've probably said before. Specimen trees with native trees and native plants. So that's quite exciting. And on top of that, we have 4 that are best in the county. So that's fantastic too. But I don't know what they are yet. So I'll find that out, and then that'll go on the end of here, right now. So I'm happy. We're also getting ready for a visit today. We have garden visit groups come. I think there's about 50 coming from Leicester University, or Friends of the Botanic Garden of Leicester University, which is near where I was born. So they're coming to visit, and we're making it good for them. But today is the day when all of this garden, and I'll include the wood and the meadow and the top wood and the pond into that, is at its peak. You know, some things are over, some things are just getting there, some things are on. You know, you could, if you wanted to get the best time to visit, it's today, right now. And it's just me, another gardener who's here, and the 2 owners, until this afternoon when 50 other people arrive. Hello, Robin. My Robin friend. He appears and eats everything I dig up for him. And these are all Aquilegia, Granny's bonnets, Columbine, and there's singles like that one, You gonna focus? No, yeah. Singles, and there are also, oh, that's not quite a, these not quite a double. Not quite a double. Well, there are doubles anyway, not here, but I've been trying to get these to grow here for years and fill this out. We've also got Solomon's seal, and this is a massive patch of hellebores, which includes some doubles and some triples. Now here's a single flower, so it's basically one of those but with some more and then with some more, and then here I've spread them along here, all the Aquilegia as well as the Solomon's seal, and even a Euphorbia made its way in. But here you go, here's some doubles. Look at this. I really like those red ones there. In fact, I do wonder sometimes if these are if these are triples rather than doubles. But I've got all different colours, and that's a purple, and so is that, but they're a different purple. And some of the blues I'm sure people will see as purple rather than blue, like I do. I think it's a man-woman thing. These are definitely purple to me, but I'm so pleased with this patch. See that? It's just fabulous. So many different colours, and the foliage. Help yourself, bee. And the colours, the mix of colours, it's great. And look at the foliage, keeps the weeds down. There's also periwinkle in here as a ground cover to keep the weeds down as well, so that's worked as well. Finally worked this year, and we're in front of a magnolia, so I'm trying to get all the colours in here. It'll be like a rainbow. What are we missing? I don't think we're missing anything. Oh yeah, yellow. I don't think I'm going to do yellow. The yellow sneaks in. Oh, in fact, behind there we've got some oxeye daisies just above the blue, and between that and the pheasantberry bush. But there is a yellow. That's this. Geum woodavens, which you can make tea out of the root, apparently. And just to illustrate how dangerous oak trees are, and indeed this wood that I'm in with lots of ash dieback, but this is a beautiful oak tree, absolutely lovely, starting to sprout on the side, which gives me hope, and she's looking healthier than she has done for years. But I heard a bit of a creak earlier, and then I heard a crash, and if you have a look, gone between the fork of a hazel tree, split that down, and here's the branch that, yeah, you can see that's just come off. That's all rotten, but you can see how heavy that is. I will take and look, you know, that there, that's some things happened there. I'm not quite sure whether it was knocked as it came down and knocked that top bit of the ash that's arched. I don't know, but I can show you where it came from. Came from there, the higher one. Let's zoom in further. There we go, there. so I'm pretty much underneath it, but obviously not exactly underneath it, or else I would be probably dead. So it starts here and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meters, and the end of it, if I go level with the end of it, there's the end of it, and if I go back to the tree, there she is. Why'd you say she? Well, I think it's quite clear why I say she. And there it is. Isn't that incredible? If you see my sculptures in the woods video, you will see how much I love rusty metal in the woods. Rusty metal in the woods. I love the stump behind it too.